Morning, Kate.
And there's a congratulations. Jack told me about it yesterday. You must be thrilled.
I am. We both are.
I'm so glad. I've known Jack for a long time, and I've never seen him look so happy.
Thank you, Kate. That's very kind.
You will be able to come over tonight, won't you? Morning, Jack.
Jack, we are free to go out tonight, aren't we?
I don't know. Ask my daughter. She's the boss.
Part of my business in the Mediterranean involved teaching new owners how to sail their boats. Out in all that sun, sea, and wind, you soon found that there was no decent protection for the skin. Well, nothing that didn't look like whitewash or woad. So I thought, why not market some under the House of Howard label? Skincare products that could really do the job.
Just targeted at the yachting fraternity?
No, at the whole sport and luxury market. And they could be linked in with Mum's autumn collections.
Yes.
Well, is that all you can say, yes? Oh, come on, Robert. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Well, then haven't you ever backed a hunch? I mean, don't you ever get an instinct that you're onto a winner?
I'm only going to
Or is it
suggest
all
that-
pounds, shillings and pence with you?
I was only going to suggest that we look at it more closely.
I sometimes think that's all you ever do suggest, Robert.
If it was your money, Jan, I'd say fine. Nice idea. Go for it.
I see.
Good.
Meanwhile, someone else beats us to it. Oh, surely, Robert, you can see the potential.
Yes.
Then where's the harm in using a proportion of the research and development money for this?
But what proportion? I need more than a few jottings on a napkin.
Jack?
No.
Jack, you haven't seen a box of discs with Dad's writing on, have you? I wondered if it was in all that stuff of his you tied it away.
No.
Well, I'm stuck without it. I need to get at some of his designs on computer.
Well, I've no bloody idea where they are. And if you want to be a real designer, you'll get yourself a pencil and paper and do it the proper way.
Right.
Jack, don't, please. Jack, what's the matter? You've been like this ever since seeing Avril this morning.
That girl has got no gratitude, no respect.
Avril?
Ordering me about, telling me what to do in my own yard. Who the hell does she think she is?
She is the managing director of Relton Marine. She's responsible for all of us. You should be very proud of her position.
Proud of a daughter who threatens to sack you?
Sack you? Well, that doesn't sound like Avril.
Well, she did, and she bloody well would.
I don't believe it.
You're telling me I don't know my own flesh and blood?
No.
Good. Very good. Good. Because that's my daughter. I was father and mother to that girl, and that's something you know nothing about. And I suggest you remember that.
Thank you. Jack!
What?
You've forgotten this.
I like that boat more and more, Ken. I hope we get some decent weather for the launch. Force 4 or 5 would be ideal.
When they see a pretty girl in a pretty boat, it'll be easy.
You're selling the boat, Ken, not me.
That's where you're wrong, Jenny. I'm selling you to the public's imagination.
No deal.
Jenny, you need money, a boat, and sponsorship before you take off around the world again. And where's all that going to come from? Your piggy bank? Hardly.
That doesn't mean to say that I've got to sit around looking like some bimbo.
Oh, yes, it does. A big distribution deal will allow me not only to sponsor you, but a whole fleet of Jenny Richards. In order to succeed, I'm prepared to do anything. Absolutely anything. And I suggest you start thinking along the same lines. Now, if that means sitting with a pretty little smile on your face in front of clients, it is a small price to pay. I'm surprised you don't know that already.
I do know that, Ken, and it's not a small price. Sometimes Sometimes I don't think men realise how much that costs.
Costs? I've sunk everything into this launch. Jenny, I'm owed this.
I am sorry, Charles. You do know that. Over the years, I've tried to be a father.
By trying to ruin me?
I was just trying to show you that united we stand, divided one of us would fall.
But it didn't work.
Nearly.
Oh, I don't think so. And if that's what you wanted to say, well, you've said it, and I do have to be getting on.
Charles, I am trying to apologize. I know I've let you down in the past. I understand how you feel.
Oh, really? How? How can you possibly understand how I feel, You've never known me. Ever since I was a child, you've never known how I felt about anything.
No?
No. I had nannies, holidays abroad, boarding schools. All I was ever expected to do was to put in an appearance now and again, in front of some very important guest so that you could pat me on the head, ruffle my hair, and tell me to run along. You never spent any time with me. So how the hell can you sit there and tell me you understand how I feel? When I was at school, I used to pretend I didn't have a father, that I lived in the gamekeeper's cottage.
I would have done anything for you.
No, you wouldn't. You'd have bought anything for me. You always thought you could buy everything. Buy me, buy love, buy my mother.
Oh, Sophie.
Yes, Sophie. Oh, God. All she ever wanted, all I ever wanted, was time. Your time. But you were too damn busy, weren't you? Always thought you could make it up with a present. Sophie always had time. She made time. Remember my 21st birthday? You gave me a brand new Ferrari. She gave me a little watercolor that she'd painted herself. I treasured that then, and I treasure that now more than anything. Anything that you have ever given me.
Yeah, I understand that now, Charles. And I am here to apologize.
You're too late. You should have started with Sophie for the way that you used her. If I accepted your apology, it would be an act of betrayal.
Well, at least you have to admit that I have been a considerable business adversary. And if I hadn't been, and if you hadn't been so determined to defeat me, you might not be where you are now. Can't we drink to that?
Very well.